Welcome back everybody to a new episode of my Anatomy Bench series. Today we will take a closer look at the anatomy of the belly flop. I'd say we work our way up, and this time I will just point out some muscles and muscle groups and you will see their names shown on screen. First up we have a meeting with the two heads of the gastrocnemius, and further up we will meet the three hamstrings, which are followed by the glutes. Up the spine we go, passing the latissimus, followed by the trapezius, and laterally at the upper arm you can see the triceps, the delts and parts of the rotator cuff. I was asked in the comments to show the names of the muscles, otherwise it's too difficult to follow the video, one commentator said, so please let me know if this is really helpful for you or if it just disturbs the flow of the video. On the way back you can try to recall the mentioned muscles, or you can try to come up with the names within the groups that I mentioned, or you name just the muscles that I haven't named so far. Remember, you can always stop the video and zoom in if you want to take a closer look. So we are already saying goodbye to the superficial layer of muscles, and I already see one mistake that I made. Maybe you can spot it as well. One leg muscle is just shown on one side. Try to find it and name it, and I promise you, you won't forget it for the rest of your life. Back to the anatomy of the lower leg. Because we got rid of the gastrocnemius and have removed both heads, we can now see a clear view of the soleus, which is covered by the rather thin plantaris. You can see it reaching from above the knee all the way down to the heel. On the inside of the femur, you can now see the massive adductor magnus, which is followed by the ever amazing array of hip rotators around the sacrum. Next and further up, located on both sides of the spine, are the deeper muscles of the back. If you want to know more about them in detail, check out the spine muscle series on my channel. You can also see now the whole rotator cuff being exposed, and on top between the last vertebrae and the neck you can see the suboccipital star that helps us with fine adjusting our head movements and coordinating them with our eyes. On our way back down we have the chance to take a look at the quadratus lumborum and the gluteus medius, and underneath, peeking out, is the gluteus minimus. To resolve the mystery muscle from before, it was the popliteus, which is located right at the knee, and you can see it now fading away. In the last round I want to motivate and challenge you to test yourself and see if you can name all the bones yourself. I think you should be able to do so and name most of them without any problems. If you already know the names of the bones without any problems, then one possibility would be to take a closer look at the joints and the articular surfaces. And you are welcome to write me your thoughts about them, because as I said in my previous video, not all of them are correct yet. Sometimes the distances are not quite right, or the bone shape is not 100% correct. If you happen to be a surgeon, then I'm really curious what you think about the coloring of my model and also what you think about the texture. It is really hard to come across well-lit photographies, and if you could point me in the right direction, I would be very grateful. While we are completing the last semicircle of our journey, I want to remind you to stay positive, because learning anatomy can be sometimes quite overwhelming. But if you take little steps and you stick with it, I'm sure you will improve in no time, like with everything else that you put your mind to. So I hope this helped you on your journey to improve your knowledge about anatomy, and I hope to see you soon back inside the lab. Have a good one.